everyone. And if you're wondering why you're looking at a picture, so am I. No, I'm joking. I actually do know Zoom good enough to know, like, my camera is off. But that's about as much as I would know about Zoom. Yeah. And you can't even see me do the eye shuffle to make it unbelievable, right? Anyway, so I'm at the beach and then I have beach hair. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to look cute on the show. But I'm doing the show anyway. Commitment. Anyway, I'm Winona of the And I Thought Ladies, and you can find out everything your ladies are up to at www.andithoughladies.com. We wrote 7 books. It's And I Thought Being Grown Up was easy, and I Thought Divorce was bad, and If Only I Were Me, a memoir in verse, Whittles Deb, Whittles Web, and Foreign Coffee. Hey, y'all, we have a new book coming out. I should probably let y'all know that, like, next month, which is, like, in a week. And it's called And I Thought I Knew You, which is a murder mystery poetry book. Yes, it's a murder mystery done in different styles of poetry. I feel like as a narcissist, I have done enough talking about myself, which is odd because a narcissist never gets finished talking about themselves. Yeah, no, I'm done. But you're not here to hear about me. You're here to hear about our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Sarah Tasz. I write under the pen name SG Tasz. And I'm here. I've been on the show before. I've been talking about my series Dead Mall, which is now actually complete. And I'm coming out with a new book one, a new series. It's called Death by Misadventure. And that's coming out next month too. And that is also, it's not poetry, but it's also a murder mystery with some magic involved. It's an urban fantasy mystery adventure book.
I'm not gonna lie, if there was no like real magic or fantasy in it, I'd be like, did you change? Is this Invasion of the Body Snatcher?
No, it's still magic. That's my thing. Everything I write is always going to have some magic in it. And it is also set in Nevada, like Dead Mall was, this time in Las Vegas itself, which is where I live. So carrying over some threads from the previous series too.
So I have to ask, how does it feel to say goodbye to a whole series? Because there's quite a few Dead Mall.
Yes. Yep. There are, with the prequel, there are 8 standalone books and then a couple of compilations. It was emotional. It was like kind of saying goodbye to friends. But it really helped that like I was able to end the story in a way that I felt really proud of. And I ended it in a way that felt like this is a good time. This makes sense. Everything is kind of told. But there may be some room to open it up in the future, but not necessarily. It's pretty much a done deal. And everyone's just kind of going off on their way. So yeah, it was emotional, but ultimately really satisfying. And I'm proud of it.
I remember I ended the series after 26 books. I've been writing it since I was 12 years old and I was 17 at the time. No, I'm sorry. I was 19 at the time when I ended it.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was so hurt. I'm not going to lie. As a narcissist, I was going to put me in here. And then I came around and I was like, something, about 3 years later, I said, let's reintroduce the whole thing. And I just redid the entire thing like they were in a parallel universe, starting with book 1.
Yeah, I won't lie. There's some ideas for some spin-offs and things in my head, but nothing on paper just yet. So we'll see. Right now I'm on this new series.
It's hard to say goodbye to those people, but can you tell people where to find the Dead Mall series, all 8 books?
Right now, all 8 books are available on Amazon. They're in paperback, they are in ebook, and they are in Kindle Unlimited. And there are a couple of independent bookstores around Vegas and then one in the Midwest where you can find them as well.
I love how you added, and then there's one in the Midwest.
Yeah, Studio Moonfall in Kenosha. I just did a signing there. I met him through an event in Vegas last fall, Donovan, who owns the place, and he's been really supportive of the book and the series. And he's the first one in the Midwest to carry my books. Hopefully not the last, but I got to give a shout out to the first one.
So if you want her books to be carried in the Midwest and you're listening to this, and I know we have a few Midwest fans, you need to go and order it to your Barnes and Noble. It's actually Barnes and Nobles to please carry it. I actually did that. I had friends who was like, I told them like around the country, I was like, go ask your Barnes and Noble to carry it.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
was like, it's not gonna work. And then one day, I recognized every time we did an interview, we would sell out of all of our used books. And then so I just started buying all the used books, and I found out that they were being sold from like stores in the Midwest. Like they were originally at Barnes and Nobles, and then they were at a secondhand store, and you could see it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. So it worked.
That's awesome. Yeah,
It
that's
really
awesome.
worked. But please don't sell it to a secondhand store, because if we buy it, we'll know. I'm joking. We'll never know. We'll never know. Anyway, you have a second series coming up. Can you
Yes.
tell us a bit about this new series? You seem so excited. Do you see how big that smile was? You're like, yes. Tell us about it.
I am. I'm really excited about it. So this one is I'm excited about it because I get to finally set something in Las Vegas as I'm living here. So I've got, research in my own backyard kind of thing. So that's like the big reason I'm excited about it. So like I said, this is a magical mystery urban fantasy style book. It's an adult book. Dead Mall was for YA. This is now for a more mature audience. It's got a romantic subplot, but nothing crazy spicy. And it is about a woman who has the power to basically turn into a ghost. And she uses this power to basically be a murder for hire type assassin. And she goes around and murders people who she feels deserve it. She gets hired, she kind of evaluates the cases and then makes the decision whether or not to act on it. And the main plot of book one is that she is accused of murdering someone that she actually didn't kill, a sort of magical police officer that works for the secret organization called the Order, who is the community and of magical operators in the city of Las Vegas. So she has to spend the book trying to prove herself innocent. And the romantic component in it is that while she's still under suspicion, she is going to be essentially chained to an investigator for the Order who thinks that she is guilty. So you can kind of see how that might evolve as the story goes on. So it's really fun. You get to see a lot of magic kind of stuff that another side of Vegas, I guess, both in the sense that like I live here, so I can share a little bit more about the stuff that's off the strip, that's actually quite real. And then the fictional stuff of like the magic you don't see just below the surface, which is the kind of stuff I love to write. So yeah, I'm really excited about the book. It comes out September 12th. And it's on pre-order for ebook right now. And then it will be in paperback on the 12th when the release actually happens too.
Okay. The excitement you have. This is new book excitement. This is
Yes.
I see it. It's so much fun to explore something new, and especially in a genre that you love. Now, how many books do you think this series will be?
So it's definitely going to be 3 for sure. I have the second one I'm writing right now. The third one is kind of in an outline phase. And then I've got ideas for a 4th and 5th. I imagine it will be at least as long as Dead Mall. It could end up being something more like because it's very much like if you know Dresden Files, or if you know the Sookie Stackhouse, the books that True Blood were based on. It's very much like those. And Sookie Stackhouse went 13. Dresden Files is still going on, so I'm anticipating this one's going to be a much longer continuation.
I just want to mention that you said the relationship is not going to be that spicy, but you already have chains and love.
Yeah,
I think all that's missing is a few whips and maybe a handcuff, a shorter handcuff.
Just remember, it's magical, so it's not like an actual like metal chain. It's a magical one.
Okay.
Which opens itself up to kind of its own sort of quirks and things. So yeah, I mean, I
So
won't
we're
say it's
looking.
not spicy. It doesn't fade to black, as they say. There is a bit of on-screen passion, but it's very slow burn. So, which is kind of my either a signature or a curse, depending on how you look at it. So yeah, it's not like 5 pages in, you're having a love scene right away. But there is some later on, and will most likely be in later books as well.
Okay. So more of a tether, less of handcuffs, sort of.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yep.
I should. It's the beach. I'm like, when you're at the beach and you're in the bathing suit, you're like, wait, romance? Let me talk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm living it on the beach. Can you tell us where we can find out more information about you and any other books that that you come up with? Because I feel like there should be some spin-offs of Dead Mall.
Yes. Yep.
Definitely. So where can we find all that information?
Best place to go for me is my website, www.sgtosh.com. I'm also fairly active on Facebook, at least for the moment. Hopefully that trend continues. And Instagram, and I'm just starting to get onto TikTok now. But so I'm there, but I'm not. But the website is where you'll be able to find most of the stuff.
I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and talk to us about on our silly show about your new book. I'm so excited.
Thank you. Well, thank you for taking time out of the beach to speak to me. I feel very honored, actually.
It was fun, and oh my god. So never mind. I'll talk about that afterwards. I was about to get real personal on the show, but like, yeah, I'm gonna get personal. There was this really cute baby that my friend has, and she brought her over, and I'm like, it's the cutest baby I've ever seen. And so I was like, to leave her, it was hard. It was very hard, but that's okay. I'm running
I
straight
understand.
because it's nap time for her anyway, so I'm not missing that much.
Oh, well, there you go. Perfect.
Yes. So, okay. So you can find out everything that your ladies are up to at www.andithoughladies.com. And while you're there, go down to the middle of the page and you can see the charities that we proudly support. We ask that if you have some time, you get some time or some money, you can support them as well. Remember that wisdom is all around you if you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona and the Missing Jade. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.